This morning, we'll be discussing a powerful new movement which is saying Nigeria's youth are done waiting for their turn. It's called The Future Is Now project, and it's demanding a seismic shift in power, 70% of legislative seats, and half of all top government jobs for Nigerians under 40. Now, they argue that while the not too young to run law was a start, real political clout is still a distant dream for most young people. So the big question this morning is Nigeria ready to hand over this much power to its younger generations? Here to dive into this with us is a politician and youth advocate. We have retired Lieutenant Commander Ibrahim Baba-Inna. Thank you for joining us this morning.
Good morning, and happy to be in this beautiful studio. I was here sometime earlier on in the year, and I love the atmosphere in Trust TV.
All right,
yes.
Thank you very much. All right, at this point, we're talking about the youth. So the biggest question I would have is, despite being the largest voting demographic in many countries, especially here in Nigeria, why are young people still underrepresented in positions of power?
So, as you've heard the name, the future is now. It's not that, we have this saying, leaders of tomorrow. So we've been hearing that since as a kid. I've been hearing we are the leaders of tomorrow. We are the leaders of tomorrow. And I'm still expecting that leadership position. I've tried in my own in one way or another to be a leader in different capacity. But when we look at the bigger picture, when will we be the leaders of tomorrow? And it's in this light that this movement came up. The future is now. It's not tomorrow, it's now. And we have to just get engaged. Somebody has to sacrifice for the youths to be involved. If we keep waiting for that moment when everybody is ready or things are right, I promise you that time won't come. And as we are seeing, the days are going daily. So it's all about now. We have to, and we all know about inventors and people who have innovated. They didn't get it at first. If you don't succeed at first, try again. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. You just have to start, and we have to be able to, we have to accept that we can make mistakes. You can't get it all at once, and that's why we are here trying to ensure that we get the youths being part of the decision-making progress from the local government, State House of Assembly, House of Reps, and also being in the executive at nothing less than 50%. So that's what this movement is all about. Let the youths be involved. And it's all about mentorship, helping them, showing them the way forward, how they can achieve being in position of leadership.
All right. We would have to agree that we have seen, should I say, groups or platforms like these over the years here in Nigeria. And unfortunately, you would hear one controversy to the other surrounding those kind of platforms. But what is different about the Future Is Now platform that you are launching for the youth to get involved and wake up and understand that they have to be involved?
Yeah, so for the previous groups that have come and tried their best, so it's better to start and fail than not start at all. It's better to start a process whereby whatever it is, you've done your best, and if it didn't work out, you now go back to the drawing board and make it happen. So I'm part of this movement, and the caliber of people part of it too. So I'll give a little background. I've been mentored by the best institution in any part of the world. It's an institution that has been reliable, trustworthy, and it gives you foundation in leadership, man management, and stuff. And it's because of that institution that I am where I am today. And that institution is the Nigerian Armed Forces. Everywhere in the world, the military is all about leadership, training, and, mentoring. So it's coming back to what it is, the future is now. It's all about mentorship and capacity development. Others have failed, but we too, we will try. We won't shy away from also making mistakes and then learning quickly and adapting to what is happening. I understand the resentment of people having, some second thoughts of who are these people, what are they trying to offer. But I have a feeling that we too, we are here to make it different. And if we don't try, who will? Everybody sits down there on the sidelines. Everybody can criticize, like a football match. Everybody knows what's supposed to happen on that field, who is supposed to score, how everybody is supposed to tackle. But nobody wants to take action because you are on the sidelines, you are comfortable where you are. But we were part of the people in the field and taking action whereby the little we do can make a difference in the long run in Nigeria.
Okay, so now you mentioned that since you were a kid, you have been hearing the future as the
leaders of tomorrow. Leaders of tomorrow.
Tomorrow, you've been
Yes.
hearing that, and
Yes.
it still hasn't changed till date.
Yes.
So now, what are the biggest barriers you see for achieving this significant youth representation in Nigerian politics? Are these structural, cultural, or financial? And how do you plan to overcome these challenges in the Future Is Now project?
Thank you. So you're right. It's structural, financial, is all cultural. All are barriers to it. But as we all know this saying, power is not given, it is taken. We have to mobilize yourself. You have to get your acts together. Nobody out there is just going to sit down and say, oh, I'm relinquishing my position. Take it. Nobody is going to do that. So the stakeholders or the elders up there need to see that you as a youth, you are prepared. You as a youth, you are credible. You as a youth, you know what you are doing. And we can give it to the youths. If you go to music, our youths are making us proud there. If you go to entertainment, our youths are making us proud there. If you go to Nollywood, our youths are there making us proud. If you go to businesses, tech and stuff, our youths are making us proud. I'm on some of these social media platforms and I see the talent of the Nigerian youths. They've got what it takes. And that's where we are coming in with mentorship to guide them, to see them through whereby they can achieve these things. Yes, also for the elders and the elder statement, it's all about sacrifice. We have to really see how we can lobby. We have to see how we can persuade them. We have to see how we can convince them that these youths are ready. And also we need to get credible youths that are ready to come into the line to be a follower, because before you become a leader, you have to first be a follower. You have to learn how to follow what is happening there. And as we say, follow who sabi road. So you just have to be someone who is ready to follow, to learn, to put yourself down there, be mentored, whereby in the nearest future, you will now be able to mentor others.
All right. Speaking about the youth and preparedness, a lot, especially the elder statesmen, as you mentioned,
Yes.
always say that the youth are not prepared. But do you believe that there is an environment that is hindering that youth preparedness in making sure that they get involved in a government as well?
So if you look at it politically, the youths lose interest. Sometimes when you see what is happening, when we keep on, you keep on doing the same thing over and over and you expect a different outcome, but you've been repeating the same errors. The youths see what is happening. They are all aware, they know. Sometimes they just look away because they feel they've, lost interest in that. I've mentioned other fields where these youths are emerging, they are having great wins, they are succeeding. But politically, where we are saying that's where the issue is. And the youths are actually involved in that, but we see the youths in the lower cadre of all politics. Time for the campaigns, we see them on the road shouting, moving around, going for this person, but being part of the decision-making progress, that's where we want them to be involved.
All right, now,
even during the elections, they are the ones that mostly come out and vote. The elder statesmen, sorry, I have to make it balanced. The elder statesmen and elder state women too, balance the gender equality.
All right.
We have to make it that way. So the youths are involved already, but it's on the high level part of decision making that we want them to be involved. And that's where we are coming in with our kind of movement, whereby I want to ignite it in them that it's not impossible. You just have to be part of the process. You have to just learn the ropes, and before you know it, you'll be successful.
Okay, so how will the Future Is Now execute, this plan of yours?
So we are going to go back to, as usual, back to the grassroots. We are going to get back to the lower cadre and also sort out credible youths that are already willing, ready, and able, that want to be part of the system and mentor them. As mentioned earlier on, Honorable Abdulsamad Dasuki is the interim chairman. He is already a member of the House of Representatives. We also have part of this movement, Honorable Ibrahim Bello Halliru. He's the youngest member House of Representatives, part of it. So these are the kind of stories that we are going to tell the youth. It's not a walk in the park. It's not going to be something that we go there like a wand and they will get there. It takes a lot of energy and effort, and we'll see it through. That's why in around next year, first quarter of 2026, we're going to have a larger gathering of youths from all over the country and see how we can mentor them. It's all about mentorship and capacity building, and then being ready to sacrifice to enter the race and be part of it. Also, the elders, the people that are there, to also be able to find out that they can also sacrifice for the younger generation.
All right. Pardon me.
Yes.
So at this point, what is your take or your perspective with a statement made by, former presidential, should I say, aspirant or candidate, Atiku Abubakar, identifying that he would be willing to step down from, that platform of trying to vie for presidential ticket if there is a viable youth that would be able to do that?
Well, so the beauty about our movement is its members are from different parties: PDP, APC, LP, ADC, PRP. So it's a good statement from the former Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and we will hold him accountable. It's easy to say it, but at the same time, when the push comes to shove, will he be able to achieve it? And it's a good thing if he will do that to support a credible younger candidate. It depends. When we say young, we are looking at younger people from the age of 35, 40, 45, yes, below 50. That won't be bad if we are looking at that, the presidential and stuff. But right now, we are not targeting this election cycle. We are targeting the future, 2030, and we are tying it down to the Agenda 2030 of the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. It's all about putting youths part of the decision-making progress, because the youths are the bulge. 70% of the demographic are under 35 years. You know what that means? 35 years, 70%. That means we are in trouble if we don't get these people involved and part of the process. And that's why the future is now. We are not saying tomorrow. Right now, we want to get these youths involved.
So if I get you right, you mean it's a gradual process, just like how I mentioned earlier in the phone-in conversation. So now, how are you engaging with these political parties to push for youth candidates? Are there any successes so far, or is it going to be an intergenerational collaboration first within the youth and the older generations? How do you intend to go about it?
So as I said earlier on, sacrifice from both the youths and the others up there. It's not going to be easy because, politically in Nigeria, it's like a source of revenue, or will I say, source of income for people. And when people have been invested in it, they've invested time, energy, and money into this politically, they wouldn't want to let go. So there has to be a lot of negotiation, there has to be a lot of persuasion, there has to be a lot of credible youths ready and willing to serve for Nigeria, because in the end, it's all about our country, the green, white, green Nigeria. So it's not easy, and that's why we are targeting ahead. We don't want to make it to be about 2027. No, it's about ahead, 2030. And if we can gradually build up momentum going to 2030, 2031, I'm sure we can achieve things. But yes, we have short-term, mid-term, and long-term goals. The short-term is to get the message out there that we have a website that you can register for the youths. And at the same time, the youths should watch out. Who are these people? What is their plan? And before you know it, we'll have a critical mass. And before you know it, also, more people will be interested politically, because the youths are not interested. It's not attracting them politically, how they are out there online. If you see how they express themselves, how they show themselves with their content and stuff, but politically it just doesn't blend. So that's why we are here, to make it look fun, interesting for the youth, that with politics, you can, when you are here and making the right decisions, it will help a lot of youth. And mind you, we need to start giving them that opportunity now, because they that we are saying they are 35, in the next 10 years, they are already getting to the older generation. So we need to start preparing them so that they can prepare the next generation coming. Yes.
All right. Speaking of, the process and having to be a process, what can be done at this point, at the starting period, to create, real political and economic opportunities for young people, so that they can understand that they can get involved as well?
So we have youths as essays, we have youths as as commissioners in one or two states, I think Kaduna or some other places, they have youths involved. As I said, it's interests. The youths are not really interested because it's not engaging, it's not fun, it's not...
But how do you intend to pick their interests?
So that's why they need to see credibility and they need to see people who they can relate with. And I can give an example for me. I'm online myself. I'm on TikTok. I'm on the social media and I'm appealing to some of them. They are seeing, and I've seen that they are all looking for somebody who they can relate and talk to. And that's one of the entry points to get to the youths. We need to be there with them in their spaces. They are on all the social media platforms. And if you hear their discussion, they are in so many spaces there, raising their voices, speaking. If you see what the youths are doing with the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, the SDGs, there are 17 of them. The youths are taking different actions there to ensure that no one is left behind, cleaning the environment, for helping the girl child, quality education, especially the climate, which is one of the biggest things. So the youths are there and they are very organized in that space. How do we get them into the political space is the big question. And that's what we at the Future Is Now will try and do. It's not easy. We don't say we have all the answers, but that's why we're going to sit down and brainstorm and see the best and nearest paths to bring in the youths to be part of this movement.
So far, how have you, what is the, reaction for this platform for The Future Is Now?
So I'll use your previous report. You had it on some few minutes, and I'm sure you've seen some calls. So this is what's happening. We have people that are skeptical, and I don't blame them because, as you've said, many groups have come in the past and they've disappointed people. So, and we just launched on the 1st of October. But for the past few months, there has been back and forth behind the scenes, trying to see how this is coming on board. So far, the website is there and people have started registering. It's a slow start, and I like slow starts. It's not good. We don't want that everybody running, because once everybody runs into it, you'll be overwhelmed. But gradually, it's like, as I said, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. So we are on our first step. By tomorrow, second, eventually we'll get to our destination. But yes, it's a Herculean task ahead of us. And if we don't do it, who will? Yes.
Okay, so what does success look like for The Future Is Now? Like project what does it project in the short and medium term you just mentioned? So
we are planning that, as we said, below 35 years, State House of Assembly, local government chairman, they need to be. So 2 days ago, I was a program for youths, and they were talking about their experiences in local governments and what they've seen. And they keep on saying that the people in the villages that are local government chairmen are illiterate, they've not gone to school and stuff. But I had to make them understand that how are you involved in that process? Where are you? You are seated out here in your school online. You are not involved in the daily processes of those people in the local government communities. That's why those people there, the champions there, have an edge. They are part of the society. They stay with them, eat with them, sleep with them, solve their problems. So if you are not part of that community in the grassroots level, you can't have a say. You can't be coming from an Ivy League school or one big school there and you feel that you know their problems. They won't associate with you. They will look at you, but they can't really understand you. Yes, that's the issue of our short term, is to get the message out there. And that's why I'm here talking about The Future Is Now. Now. The website is there. People will know about it. They can join it and see what it is we're up to. For the first phase now is to get people involved. So far, we have an interim structure. Mr. Laule Akande is the convener. Honorable Abdusamad Dasuki is the interim chairman. And we have Mr. Henry Shield as part of the board for it. Mr. Salisu Tanko Yakase and Mr. David Oloto. We also have Mr. Abdukarim. They are all part of it. So for now, is to get the structure well and then get the message out there. By next year, first quarter, by then the bigger picture will be out and the blueprint of what it is we want to achieve. But for now, is to get the message out here that there is something. If people don't know that there's a movement like this, there's a problem. So we need to get the message out there. And I'm happy being on Trust TV, you know. Thank you.
All right. Speaking of giving out a message, what message would you have for young viewers, especially those who feel like politics is broken but still want to make a difference?
So, as you can see, just listen to this. The future is now. And that's why I'm here. The beauty about the world right now is that what I'm saying, you can easily verify it right now. You check out, my name is there, go online and check who I am. You see my history and you know what I've been into. Then you can, because we have to start trusting, they have to start trusting the process. We said it's broken. People don't trust the process. People feel that when the election comes, it can be trusted, it will be rigged or stuff. But they need to start seeing that they can trust people. And that's why we want to be those mentors that can mentor them. So, and at the same time, the other names I've mentioned here, to go online and see what they stand for. Because if you don't stand for something, you will fall for everything. So that's why we are saying, go back, let's check out the names, search us and see what it is we've done and what we intend to do. It's not going to be easy. I'm telling you, I dread it. I've been part of other movements in the past that gave a lot of hope, that gave a lot of promise, but in the end, eventually, it just fizzled away at the last minute.
Right.
And some of those things affect the youth. So the youths out there, we are here. We are here to make a difference. So check us out. Future is now, and I'm sure you won't be disappointed.
All right. Thank you very much, retired Lieutenant Commander Ibrahim Baba-Inna, for being here and, shedding light on the future is now.
So future is now. Can I give them the website that they can register? Yeah. Okay. Or yeah. Okay. All right. So the future is now. It won't disappoint. It won't let you down. It won't let you down. The future is now. So if you look at it here, we are from the margins to the mainstream. It will, we are going to be different from all other things you've had out there, and we are here to make a difference that by 2030 that we roots will represent a lot.
All right, thank you very much for being here. Thank you.
Thank you.